Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at an SMG in Battlefield 6 that is an absolute laser beam at pretty much every range. I don't know why that is the way that SMGs work in Battlefield 6, but that's just the way it is, and this one has to be one of the best guns in the game. And I am of course talking about the PW5A3, so we're going to go over some of the different loadout possibilities. I'm going to give you guys a few options depending on if you want a more of a hipfire build, a long range build, or just the least recoil possible. As usual, we're also going to touch on hollow point and synthetic tip bullets, as this gun does have those available as well. Before we begin though, if you guys enjoyed the content here on the channel, hit the like button, hit the sub button to stay up to date with everything Battlefield 6, and thank you guys as always for the massive support here. So if we take a quick look at this weapon on paper, it doesn't really look anything too impressive. It's got a 233 millisecond time to kill. That only goes out to 10 meters, and then it's up to 311. It's going to be a 5 bullet to kill there, and it very quickly goes up to a 6 and then even a 7 bullet to kill from 35 meters all the way up to 70 meters. So why am I talking about this being such an insane long range weapon? It's basically because it just has no bloom, or very little bloom, very little dispersion, and you can get the recoil on this weapon as well down to extremely tameable amounts. So I've stripped everything off the weapon here. This is going to be the basic loadout for you guys. I've only got this at the moment at Mastery 30, but everything I'm going to show you in this video can be acquired, or most of it can, up to around level 20. And the first 20 levels in Battlefield 6 for every weapon in Mastery is going to be a lot quicker to unlock than the subsequent ones. So this won't take you very long to get up and ready at all. So we've got 75 points to work with here, and the first thing I like to do is of course put a bit of sight on there. I think for 5 points it's a no-brainer. I personally like the mini flex just because it's raised up a little bit, so it's not going to block the, or it's going to see over the top rather, of a laser sight if you choose to have one on this weapon. The next thing I like to go for is the 40 round magazine. A lot of people will probably go for the 30 round fast mag, but I just find, especially at those longer ranges, that having more rounds allows you to take down more targets at once, and I think it's worth the extra 15 points. Then for the muzzle, and this is the third thing that I would say is kind of mandatory for me, I like to go for the CQB suppressor. And if you look, it just says fully hides in-world spotting and reduces the range where a soldier is spotted on the minimap while firing, which is good in and of itself. It says it doesn't really give you any actual stat bonuses here, but I feel like this makes the gun a lot more accurate. Now, if you want to shave off 5 points, you can go with the long suppressor. And the main difference here is that this is going to reduce recoil buildup and improves recoil recovery, which is a good thing, but it's unnecessary on this build because with this one, it's already going to be good enough. And the second thing is it comes at the cost of hipfire accuracy, which is bad, and weapon sway, which means that when you're ADSing at those longer range targets, you're going to be getting a lot more dispersion or bloom as you try to take them down. So we've still got 20 points to work with here, but if we just come into the test range, like, you can just see how much of a laser this thing is. I'm not bursting here at all, even this target off in the distance. You can just full auto. I'm pulling down, just a little bit. If we check the recoil here on the wall, let's go stand on this mark. So that's without any recoil compensation at all. It pulls up a tiny bit to the right, but basically you just need to think about slightly pulling downwards and slightly to the left. And even at those ranges, like, this thing is just an absolute laser, and that's what makes it so good. Even though you're needing like 7 bullets to kill at this range, it is just pretty much unrivaled. Now, what else can you put on this weapon? Because as I said, we do have 20 more points to work with. A lot of people, and this is myself included, like to go with the 20 milliwatt green laser. You can of course go with the blue laser, and you'll notice the difference is that this one gives you less hipfire and more mobility, which basically equates to a minor improvement to aim down sights accuracy while moving. However, if we stick the green laser on here, like if I just strafe around and hit these targets, you're going to notice that it's perfectly adequate in that department, right? I mean, even like this target over here, it's got fine ADS sway on it. So I think the blue laser is just unnecessary, and you're better off going with the green laser and having the most amount of hipfire up close and personal. Now, if you want to take that off, you can go for the extended barrel, if you like. That gives you a little bit more bullet velocity, it's only, what, like 108 more meters per second, so I don't feel like it makes that much of a difference to me, if I'm honest, at those longer ranges. I don't really bother going for that. If you feel like you have difficulty still controlling the weapon, another good one to go for is the Alloy Vertical. This is one of the best grips, in my opinion, for 20 points in the game, and it simply says slightly reduces recoil. So it doesn't have any drawbacks like the Rib Vertical, that reduces recoil at the cost of aim down sight accuracy. It just gives you a straight buff. But again, if we come back to our little marker, and I just do a quick little recoil test here without any controlling, if we look at this spray and we look at this one, it's, yeah, okay, it's a little bit tighter there, but as I've already shown you guys, I feel like this one is just tight enough to be taking out these targets at 75 meters, that is just unnecessary. But again, it's up to you guys. If you want to go and take this, it's definitely a solid build, but it's going to mean you're going to have to cut back on a laser, or you're going to have to cut back here and go with the fast magazine instead of the 40-round magazine. Alternatively, of course, you can also go with the hollow point ammunition. Now, the question is hollow point actually going to be worth it? And if we pull up some of Sorrow's statistics here from his spreadsheet, this is what the headshot multiplier looks like for hollow point, the regular multiplier, and also for synthetic tip, which gives you 1.7 times damage in the head. And you can see if you're hitting a single headshot, they all align. So no matter which of them you have, it's not going to make a difference if you only hit one headshot. Now, once we move up to 2 headshots, you can see that both these synthetic tip bullets and the hollow point bullets will start to align. So you're going to have to hit 2 headshots to actually bring the bullet to kill down by 1 at every single range. And for that reason, I would say that synthetic tip is just not worth it. And if you're going to go with something, go with the hollow point. The weapon is definitely accurate enough that you can like aim for headshots even at range. So I don't think it's the worst idea ever to choose the hollow point ammunition. But with this build, you have 20 points to play with. Hollow point only costs you an extra 15. And so I just think going with the 20-point green laser is more beneficial for a weapon like this. Now, to make synthetic tip ammunition actually worth it, you need to get 3 headshots. Only then is it going to actually get a leg up over the hollow point ammunition. So, you know, getting a 3 headshot kill at like 40 plus meters with an SMG, even one as accurate as this, I think is very rarely going to happen. If you're absolutely cracked in the aiming department, maybe, yes, you can argue that in a slight niche situation, it's going to be worth it, like if somebody's on head glitch, for example. But most of the time, and for most players, I would say you're better off just going with the regular ammunition or taking the hollow point. So there you have it, guys. Those are my recommendations for this weapon. Again, if you've been having problems with bloom, with dispersion, with recoil in Battlefield 6, give this one a look. It probably went under the radar for a while because, like I say, the damage model, the TTK, it's not really anything special, but once you get these attachments unlocked for it, you will come to realize, and this goes for a lot of the other SMGs in the game as well, just how accurate they can be at range. Why this is the case, it makes no sense to me because the weapons with the longer barrels, such as assault rifles, such as carbines and LMGs and whatnot, you would think that they would have less dispersion, right? Because they should be more accurate with those longer barrels, but it does make sense that the SMGs have less recoil. So again, if you've been struggling with that, definitely give this one a look. Guys, leave me down below a comment and let me know what you think about the build. Let me know if you have any builds to share of your own. And also, what weapon would you like me to cover here next? If you enjoyed the video, leaving a like is always appreciated. Subscribe to stay up to date with everything Battlefield 6, and I will see you guys in the next one.